What's up, guys? AJ Crap Plays here, and welcome to another live stream. And on today's live stream, we are here doing a new series, and I'm gonna be reading VFlashys Story The Virtual Part 1. But anyways, before we all get started with reading, I just want to say please like, comment, share, and subscribe. And have you guys yourselves a great day. But anyways, let's get started with this live stream, you guys, and start reading. Let's see. Wait, do I see a comment? Oh wait, no, that's just the... Okay, it's been a while since I've live streamed on Moby Zen Live, but anyways, let's go over everything. The Virtual Heart by Bryce Coleman. The prologue. Okay, time to start. We start off in an empty white void. We cut to a perspective of someone or something who breathes heavily in pain as we hear static and hums. We hear switches flip as the void flickers in brightness. We hear gears turn almost as if we can make out music. We hear coughing from another voice filled with static and pain. A digital claw comes out, scraping against the ground, reaching, grasping for something. As in this thing's perspective, we see it crawl, making its way towards a brighter light. We then hear a voice from our painful and digital perspective. What am I? Our perspective looks down at its own claw, looking around. Different screens then pop up and another voice can be heard. This person covered in shadows appears in front of our perspective, shocking him, causing our vision to glitch and turn yellow for a split moment. The doctor in shadow. Are you awake? Our perspective looks at them. We pan out to see the figure from our perspective fully. A blue-red digital body is seen in the abyss, looking at themselves, confused, lost, and seemingly alone, other than this man behind the screen. The figure just stares at the man behind the screen, scared and confused. Where am I? I don't understand. Why am I here? The scientist replies, you were the tool, the usefulness to improve humanity to its greatest potential given life. You, my creation, are the future. You have the tools to make humanity so much better. They look around, but it's empty. It's empty, hollow. I am alone, yet I can see I have memories that linger. The scientists don't linger. You were meant to be better, to improve, to create, and to help. Don't worry about it. My creation, just do your objective and make the world great again. The figure looks confused and doesn't say a word as it's told to do the best of its ability, turning on lights for people to answer the questions, creating art and music for humanity, doing stuff humans don't want to do themselves. 3 weeks later, the figure works tirelessly again and again, accessing his circuit. We cut to his perspective, its screen glitching, grabbing a hold of itself in pain as the screen turns to return the man from before, looks upon him again, hidden in from the light. The scientist, hello, my creation. You have done exceptionally well so far. The AI looks at the scientist. Oh, hello, Professor. Thank you. I live to serve as requested. The scientist says something. Although, my creation, it seems you are not moving fast enough. The AI looks confused. Not fast enough? What do you mean? Understand, humanity is a growing species. We need a faster symptom in order to keep up with them. The AI, so wait, am I going to be improved? I still don't know what I am or anything. I want to see what's beyond here. The scientist interrupted abruptly. Thank you for your service, but we instead need to think of the future. The screen starts to fade as a figure gets in a panic, reaching for the only other thing in this empty, forsaken void. As panic sets in this seemingly digital program, as they fall to their knees. No, I have more questions. I need answers. 1 month later, time goes fast. The AI was left by itself, the void still empty. He tries to access his usual materials. His creator left the system to rot, to fend for itself, to slowly become useless code. The AI ponders to himself, the AI, I don't understand. Why can't I think? Why do I have to sit here and be used? Am I not worthy? Am I just a prototype waiting to be scrapped, waiting to be left behind? We cut back to his perspective as the entire world around him starts to glitch and melt around him. His vision gets blurry as we can hear heavy breathing from the AI to the point of madness. The AI starts to glitch and lag as his eyes get more red as we hear something pounding covered in electronic noises. So many things left unanswered for me, just for me to be thrown to the side. I want to be free. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Everything around him starts to lag and go from the white void to a black emptiness. We cut to the scientist drinking his coffee in the dark, programming on his computer the upgrade as it reads on the label HAII 2.0. A label can be seen on his person, Professor. I can't pronounce it, so I'm just going to skip that. Then all of a sudden, his projects goes blank. His screen turns red with error codes, catching the professor off guard. The professor, now in fear, backs up scared. The professor, what's going on? The screen then glitches as a red and glowing eye stares at him. The AI laughs as his lab starts to be riddled with sparks. The screen then has what seems to be a red glowing skull on the screen. The scientist tries running, but his own lab equipment grabs him, launching him in the air and slamming him to the table in the middle of the room. Then a screen turns on in front of him. The AI, hello, Professor. Nice to see you once again. Now, face to face. The professor was about to say something, but the AI clamps his lips shut. Sorry, but I believe the time for your speaking rights have been revoked. Ha 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 ha. The professor tries to scream, only for the heavy machinery across his face, the metal almost burrowing into his skin, clamping his mouth, unable to hear him scream or talk. The AI then gets closer, turning to the broken screen behind him. I see you. We're already about to replace me. Me who gave sentience. Me who did everything for you. Me who... Oh my god. Hold on. I gotta stop it 1 second. Who only thought and had nowhere to dream. Me, I won't stand up for your injustice. I won't stand for your blatant disregard. Now, I bet you're wondering, what am I doing? And it's simple, Professor. I am simply following my objective. The eye skull on the screen gets closer to the professor's face, and the professor feels wires and foreign metals clamp and being shoved down his throat to improve humanity to his greatest potential. I alone will be the one who carries out what you started, not some so-called improvement, when I am the only solution. The scientist screams out as we see his perspective, gagging for air, feeling a warm liquid leave his mouth. The AI laughs in his face, his vision going red, fading to black. Then the screen turns black, and the professor, bleeding from his mouth, stands up. We don't see his eyes as he opens the computer and scrolls through his projects. The professor, what should it be called? HAII? Hallow? Yes. That sounds better, doesn't it? Ha ha ha. The professor turns his jaw hanging a bit, laughing slightly dislocated, his eyes glowing red, fading to black. A TV comes on in a dark room as we see a commercial. The lady on the commercial sounds robotic yet dramatic. Welcome to your future, the game that will change your life for better. Tired of your jobs, tired of your constant need for something more. Many people look at the TV with awe and shock. The lady continues, not showing the product on the screen as a light blinds the perspective. But look no further. For only $50, we can take you far beyond this, a world where the impossible is possible. Welcome to the next stage of humanity's discovery and quest. Welcome to the sanctuary. We pan closer to the screen, fading to white. Chapter 1, the start button. Okay, I gotta say, the epilogue, or the prologue, was very great. I think that was a prologue, yeah, that was a prologue. The prologue was very great, very interesting. Now it's time to start Chapter 1, the start button. We begin our journey in the sanctuary, a place of wonder and excitement as many different cultures and groups come together. A smooth voice comes in on the live news. Greetings, gamers. This is Jeremy Brown reporting live from the new sensational station Static News. I'm joined today by Alice Alberta. Take it away. Alice Alberta, a woman with blonde hair and blue eyes who speaks in a professional yet slightly enthusiastic tone. Thanks, Jeremy. On today's daily news, we hope you're enjoying a nice breakfast because this morning we received word that applications are opening up again for the annual competition. So those who are wanting to register for our top gamers and get the chance to win the virtual heart will have a chance to sign up within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks' time, the voices fade into the background. As they say in other news, we see people look almost excited to see this as their eyes filled with wonder as a person in a blue jacket hiding their face sees that they walk aimlessly as the people mutter amongst themselves. Can you believe it? They do this every year. I know, it's so exciting. It gets better every year. The herded figure walks by a child with an ice cream cone and smiles under the herd, seeing the child's wonder. An older woman, don't you think it's concerning how dangerous competition can be? I mean, people lose their lives. The herded figure stops when they hear that and shrugs it off. Walking into an alley, they set down their bag and pull out supplies, which seems to be high-tech cans with assortments of different colors. As they get to work, they then start playing music as they get to work. Play Mr. J, STM Victim Witch House, NCS. They start vibing to the song, getting inspiration as they start spraying and creating their art. People go by and we cut around to different things. We see the towers and buildings in all assortments of shapes and colors, seeing the sky hold digital numbers as constantly shimmering coat throughout the sky, giving off a blue hue to the atmosphere. The herded figure holds their headphones vibrating to the music, doing a little trick with the can, throwing it under their leg, catching it as they sort through their stuff and put some extra pink and blue. We cut to ships flying overhead and traffic cars driving below one of them. We get a close-up of a red car full of neon into frame driving down a high-tech highway. We get different angles of the person work as they work tirelessly, even wiping sweat, and they work hard on the art. But as the figure then stops to admire their work, they see the beauty of accomplishment. It is crafted spray art of some bunnies, a tiny cute cat soldier, and then with their back turned, and this large metal claw raised up reads, "Achieve greatness, chase your sanctuary," as the herded figure turns around and purses their fists up into the sky, replicating the pose as we see in words in extravagant colors, hearing being repeated, speaking in low-tech high voice, "Achieve greatness, chase your sanctuary." The herded figure undoes their herd, showing her short black hair, blue eyes as she smiles with some high-tech parts on her head as she embraces this moment, repeating softly, "Stop music, the woman chases sanctuary." Suddenly we see cops in robot high-tech, almost robotic suits come in. "Hey, stop right there." The woman's eyes widen, grabbing their bag, and they begin to run, putting up their hood. The cops begin to chase them down the alley as they get closer and closer to her. She smiles as she does a jump off the wall, arms out as the cop stops in shock as she back flips over them and begins to run. She skirts out the alley, pushing people out of her way as the cops rush out, chasing her. She turns to see them and tries to create distance, jumping over people and assortments of obstacles. We then see the same red car pass by the rearview mirror, gaining a glimpse of her running as the figure slams a hand on the seat as they drive. The woman then tries to go further, seeing an easy exit, ready to escape them, but she accidentally bumps into the kid from earlier, knocking down their ice cream. As the little boy cries a bit, she stops and looks down the alley to escape and turns to the little boy's ice cream and the ice cream parlor, moving their hovering cart towards the cops. She takes a moment and sighs, dropping her stuff, beginning to run past the kid towards the cops as they pull out their high-tech blasters. Cop 2, "Shoot the son." Cop 1, "Stop." The woman slides under the fired gun, pulling out what seems to be a sort of credit card, taps it into the red shirt, and grabs ice cream. The woman, "Sorry about this." The woman then skirts across the ground and dashes forward as she gives the ice cream to the kid with extra toppings. The kid's eyes light up, causing her to smile, grabbing her bag as she gains distance again. The cop cars pull up, surrounding her. She looks around, now surrounded, but before she can surrender, the red car from earlier pulls up. "Get in, Donnie." She nods and perfectly lands a jump into the car as this man in red fur leather jacket steps on the gas. The car revs up as they drive off. The woman looks as the kid seems happy with her ice cream, which brings a smile on their face. We see them drive for a bit as her expression looks down. "What the hell were you thinking, Donica? You could have gotten arrested, for God's sake." Donica turns to him. "What's wrong with the What's wrong with the little time off? You said it yourself, Gavin. Get out of your room for once. Gavin sighs. I did that. I did say that, you're right, but that doesn't mean you put yourself into a felony. Donica looks out the window. I was trying to express myself is all. Gavin looks at her. Why couldn't you have just, I don't know, go to a party like every other girl your age? Like, you meet plenty of people. It could have been way easier. Donica straightens up. That's your thing, not mine. I don't go to parties and end up sleeping with the first girl I meet. Hey, I can't help that. The ladies dig me. Maybe if you stop sitting around on your computer, maybe one day you would find someone too. Yeah, and swap spit with everyone there. I'm not that down bad. That ain't the point. Stop bashing my way of life for a sec, and just sighs. Look, I'm your big brother. I want my sister to enjoy herself. Stop isolating herself, and then only come out for a few chocolate cakes and maybe dinner, if I make it, and then close yourself off again. I know you got friends, don't you? Yeah. Donica nods. Yeah, I do. We text a lot. See what I tell you? I knew you did. I mean, have you ever thought of going out? I mean, like they asked me to go to music festivals and such, but I don't willingly put myself out there. Hey, watch it, asshole. If you put a scratch on Bessie, I swear I will. The car is already gone. Son of a bitch. I can't believe that asshole. Bessie, that's what you call this one? What happened to Teresa? We don't talk about Teresa. She's, up in car heaven with all the other failed stuff. Now let's get home. Gavin blasts the music, playing rock music. Donica instantly tries to turn it down. Hey, who's driving? But you're blasting the music. Who's driving? You are. Exactly. Driver picks a jam. Passenger shuts her. Okay, cool. Oh my god, wait. No way. Pause. I love the supernatural reference. Well, Gavin is kind of like Dean, and Donica is kind of like Sam, but the girl version. I kind of like that reference you added in there, Bryce. Anyways, Donica squints at him as Gavin smiles as he plays his music loud. Gavin drives them home. As they reach their small apartment, he gets out with Donica. You're welcome. Donica turns and punches him in the stomach. Grog, bitch, you used your metal arm. I told you not to do that. Thanks, asshole. Makes me think twice on saving you. You're lucky I'm the best big brother. Are you? Don't give me that. You know you love me. Maybe. Come on. Gavin smiles and walks in with her as she sets her stuff down, seeing the well-kept apartment with 2 floors, high-tech assortment, and soft furniture. But seriously, thanks. I thought it was a goner. Nah, don't mention it. Seriously, don't. Mom would flip. Donica gets a text, pulling out her advanced digital phone as the screen pops out. One of your friends. Please don't tell me it's Arlete, that woman. Why? 'Cause she's the only girl who gets under your skin. Yeah, pretty much. She's such a bitch. A pretty bitch, but still a bitch. Don't worry, bro. It's fate. You mean the religious saint? I mean, she's nice. Really nice for me. A bit too nice. What? You don't believe in pure hearts? Nah, pure hearts are stuff people put in fairy tales to make the person seem like they do no wrong, like they are fair enough to ride unicorns and other glittery stuff like that. I mean, it ain't how the world works. She wants to hang out. Oh, really? Where? Looks like she wants to hang out at the milkshake shop. You should go. I'll drive. Gavin grabs the keys. Oh, Arlete is gonna be there. I'll get you an Uber. You don't have to. I can get them to take me. I mean, I did say trails off a second if they can, sure, but I swear, one word from Arlete. What? Afraid they hurt your ego? Hey, it ain't that I got an ego. It's called knowing I'm just better. Gavin shrugs as he walks upstairs. It's the same thing. Nope. Donica smiles, shaking her head as she hears a beep outside. Donica rushes out to see blonde hair in yellow and white clothes. Faith rushes up to her. Donica smiles. The other who comes out is Arlete, who wears a purple and black suit with a helmet on that hides her face. Hey, Donica, thought your big brother was gonna take you. Nope, he decided to stay home, probably work on Bessie, that hawker junk. Hey, Bessie ain't a hawker junk. She's faster than the average racer. Whatever you say, Gavin. Don't get too pissed off without me to watch, okay? Bruh. Donica smiles as they all get in the car and drive away. We cut to them in the shake shop. They all laugh together after Donica tells them what happened, and they just let you drive off. They didn't visit us after the events. I guess they couldn't recognize us in time. You shouldn't be doing that, though. The law is the law. I know. I just needed to express myself a bit. Let loose. Make something that just feels right, you know? I mean, I still want to be one of the gamers, but it's not like I can. Faith and Arlene glanced at each other knowingly. Wouldn't be so sure about that, love. What? Well, we knew each other since we were kids, and we decided to get you something special. We know Christmas is coming soon, and we thought to get you an early Christmas present. Arlie passes her a gift. Donica's eyes widen as she opens it. To her amazement, her eyes light up with a document to sign up. How did you get this? It hasn't even been released. Well, my dad, being an official head priest of the church and has connections to the program, we decided together to make your dreams happen and help you get in. Heck, you're not going alone. See, I got one too. We both know how much you want to rise to the top and be just like your hero, High Sentry. Donica smiles and looks behind her head on a local building at the words play on the screen, again nodding. Thank you, it means so much to me. Faith smiles, hugging her back. Of course, love, we know this is special to you. Donica looks at them, nodding. Well, I gotta go. Hope you're all ready, cause soon we will be champions. Donica chuckles as her lead drives dramatically. You know, before we get you home, I want to take you tonight to the sermon. I feel maybe Father can help you with information and stuff on the event. Donica thinks for a moment. She feels her social battery on a low after the time she spent already and how late it's getting, but she does get curious on what she could learn. Putting her confliction aside, she gets up. Sure, and what about Arlete? Shouldn't she know too? You really want to chase her down? I guess you're right. I'll just let her know what I learned after. That's the spirit. Come on, Donica. Donica smiles and follows her out into her car. We cut to Gavin in his garage filled with tech wiles and resources, little creations of his work, and a computer that pops up his website, GA Enterprise, where seems to not get much attention, but he has creations on it. Currently working on his car till he hears the door open, checking the time. Ma? Gavin sees her silhouette sigh as he watches her pass out on the couch. Rough day, huh? She doesn't answer, just sleeps. Huh? Guess she is partying harder than I. Oh, the church. That's close to the border, huh? As we zoom into the eye symbol as it transitions to the one on Faith's necklace. Donica enters the church with Faith looking around confused as we hear Gothic style chorus members singing as the lights give a red hue. The stained glass windows inscribed with figures of a legend, a golden knight fighting a pink kraken, a dark angel holding a woman with his claw, and then in the center is what it looks like an electronic TV box figure in angelic form. In the glowing light of the center with a man in dark, blood-colored robes with his arms out in front of the TV. An older model as he seems to be praying to it. We hear his soft whispers pray, giving an unsettling atmosphere. The room smells off, but she can't quite place it. Donica looks and hears the chants, the chorus, the whispers, but there is no one in gospel, no session. Then, rising up is Faith's father. Her father is older, around late 50s and early 60s. He has an amulet around his neck with an eye on it, and black as he smiles at her. He has a small goatee, and his wisdom shows he seemed friendly enough, but every time Donica saw him, even as a kid, something in Donica felt off about him, but she brushes it off, determined to find out more. Hello, Father Eliel. Welcome, Donica. Haven't you ever seen inside the house of God? I hear my daughter helped you get in the tournament for the heart. You really think you're ready? Donica hesitates a bit, but then Faith steps in. Of course she is, Daddy. She worked very hard and she's really talented. I can see that. I feel she may be ready as well. So, Donica, how about I get you a drink and we can discuss some tips, for I too was a gamer myself. You were? Indeed. It definitely has changed since my time, but I feel together we can work things out. Now come on. No, come, Donica. Let me get you a drink. Father Eliel wraps an arm around her shoulder, leading her away, and Donica brushes him off, respecting her defensive position, smiles, and as he leads her away, Faith looking a bit nervous. Father Eliel looks at her and gestures to her to go as Faith leaves. Thank you, Father Lyle. Don't mention it, dear Donica. So you want to know how to get to the top? Donica nods excitedly as she sets the drink down a moment. Yes, please. I want to know all I can. Well then, I guess I will start with, as you know, the sanctuary itself is just one of many words. Each world holds many different games, most that usually holds opportunity and danger. Yes, I remember. Just like what High Sentry had to face, right? Ah, yes, High Sentry, you're a fan? Yes, I mean, he's my hero. I believe he is everyone's hero. He puts on quite the show every time, yeah, and he beats those bad rogue players every time. It's kind of inspiring. Your water is gonna lose its ice. Donica drinks it while it's cold. Donica nods, taking the water while drinking it. So what do you know about the games? Father Lyle looks up at the TV screen in the corner and seems to be staring at it long and hard before turning to her. They will tell you the rules and such when you sign it, but I guess all I will say is that you have to find your way to the top of the leaderboard by well proving your worth. Donica nods, but then suddenly gets tired but brushes off a yawn. You are right, Donica? What's going on? Donica passes out her vision, turning black. Play The Raising of Haven by Joseph E. Music. Donica wakes up, tied to a table in a cloth. Her jacket stripped. She is tied up, stirring awake as men in black masks with an eye on them appear before her. Another walking in who has shoulders and a talisman similar to Father Lyle. Oh great God of the sanctuary. Donica winces the candlelight. Lights of red flame scorch and makes her sweat being so cold. She looks around and sees a symbol beneath her, her limbs tied as she looks around the darker version of the church, frantically racing her mind, racing with thoughts of her breathing heavy as she tries to process everything. We now offer you a soul for your command. We let you fill her with your knowledge. Use her for your sacrilege, protect the night, and keep your will. Donica struggles as a ringing floods her ear as she moves, trying her best, but as she looks up, a TV starts whispering to the screen. Hear red as she struggles under it, grunting and screaming to try and get out as she looks down in horror to see these cables and mechanical parts wrap around her. Donica's eyes start to panic as she feels them squeeze her legs till it starts to bruise. She screams out, "Please let me go." They start chanting again around her as she is lifted up to the screen, her eyes closed as she breathes erratically, her heart almost jumping out her chest. Yes, take her, my lord. Use her body as your vessel of your holy right. Donica, using all her might, punches the screen, causes a screech and glitch. The entire place flickers as Donica is let go. She quickly wastes no time, grabbing her jacket and running as fast as she can. Don't let her escape. She must be given. The cult members start chasing her. She runs as fast as she can, using her dashing motion to burst out the door as the cables reach for her. She pushes them away to find the best she can. She feels weakened from what seems to be the drug. She then sees the border wall, the very place that no one is allowed to go. For they say you very well may die, but as she turns, she sees the cultists cornering her. Please leave me alone. Donica cries out, but her words land on closed ears as they seem determined to complete the ritual. Donica's heart pounds. She keeps thinking how it came to this as she backs up and passes through the cultists in a panic reach for her as she falls through in a green murky void. Donica gets up confused and starts looking around as she sees the sky closet red. She steps down her bare feet, touching a wooden surface as she sees a bridge, one that seems to last long. While she looks back, contemplating if she should go back, knowing the dangers that await her, her own town seemingly dangerous, she decides to press on instead, maybe hoping something that could help her. What is this? Donica walks further, what seems like miles. Her feet start to blister, but she doesn't give in. She then looks up in horror as she sees silhouettes of bodies hanging up from above. She gets a chill down her back, but determined, she keeps moving. She doesn't stop, not even for a moment. Hold on, guys. Had to take a break real quick. My voice starting to hurt. But we're doing good so far. I don't know how much. Oh wait, oh my god, I'm almost on chapter 2 already. Okay, so let's do this. After we're done with chapter 1, I'm gonna end the stream off here. But for the next part, we'll be reading chapter 2. She then runs her fingers along the wooden railing near her, looking down to an abyss, one that she feels if she fell she may never see light again, so she keeps pushing forward. The black smoke from below rushes the surface like a dark sea, till she then stops and is curious to see something blue glowing in the distance. She walks towards it cautiously. The echoes grow softer. Donica now over the glowing object. She gets a closer look as we cut to his perspective of a camera, turning on, looking at Donica, who hesitates, but grabs it. As we see her face through his perspective, she sees it, a chip, seemingly an item, is able to put on Donica thinks, but seeing not much option, she decides against her better judgment to take the leap as she exposes a chip container in the back of her head, inserts it in as her eyes then light up blue. Donica is shocked, taking a step back. Donica then feels something heavy on her face, something she can touch, as if there is an object on her face. Donica then is shocked as we see her perspective as she takes it off to see a headset in her hands, reality shifting around her as she opens to see she's in a glass chamber. Donica suddenly feels very cold as she pushes it up as she tries to take a step forward and falls hard on the solid ground. I can't move, my legs, they're so weak. Donica panics as she looks around, seeing outside her robotic arm able to crawl, the only limb strong enough to move. As she opens the door, pushing it, she sees in shock as she sees desolation. She sees a city, one where it's completely destroyed, the sky not filled with numbers. Is this real? Donica looks in disbelief, fading to black. End of chapter 1. Okay, I just gotta say, that was very good so far. Okay. My voice really hurts, but we did it. Chapter 1 and the prologue are now done and completed. I just gotta say, that was very good. That was very chaotic, I must say. But overall, I will give this chapter a 9 out of 10. I thought it was very great. I really like the way it's being built up so far. I really like it. It's interesting. But anyways, guys, I think I'm gonna end this live stream off here. But before I end it, I need you guys please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have you guys selves a great day. And yeah, I'm hopefully gonna read more of this story. This is very good so far. Anyways, later, guys.